So if you're curious what a family of 13 who mostly cooks from scratch needs to buy to feed themselves for 1 month, this is the video for you. I'm going to show you what I got from Costco, what I got this month from Azure Standard, and I'm going to show you a meal plan so that you have an idea of what we're going to do with all of this food. So I have 11 kids, and we live on a small homestead in Missouri where we produce our own meat and milk and eggs. And of course, we garden as well, but not in February. Although I do have some lettuce growing in my greenhouse. So there are things growing right now. So a lot of what we eat is already on hand, and you're not going to see it here on this table. What I got from Costco are just some staples, some pantry staples, and a couple of fun treats to make it more interesting as we eat through the month of February. So I'm going to show you this first, and then we'll jump over to my Azure Standard order. One of the things that we buy just to add some fun to our month are some chips. This is kind of our junk food. Like I said, we mostly just cook from scratch. So I cook a lot of things like, you know, scones or muffins or cookies or breakfast bars or things that we eat for snacks. But once in a while, we like to have something chippy. And so the Cape Cod chips were on instant rebate this month. Got an especially good deal on those. And then I've got 2 of the organic tortilla chips. I will use these for 1 snack per week, and so we'll use half the bag for that snack. So that'll last us the 4 weeks. I've got 2 big bags of onions. These are the big 5-pound bags, and 2 of these 8-pound bags of oranges. They've been really good this month. Yeah, we got some oranges, I guess, you know, last month's load. Also, I set this here just so I wouldn't forget to tell you about it. I have not been able to find organic cacao powder. Azure Standard has been out of it. I haven't found it at Costco. And so I went ahead and ordered a 3-pack of this from Amazon. I've been getting this for a while now, and we really like it. So we use this for making chocolate milk or hot chocolate with our raw milk, just for some yummy treat. Okay, so I just didn't want to forget about that. I also got a few more of the sprouted rolled oats. I had a few bags still on hand, but I just grabbed 1 more. I've been using these specifically because they're sprouted, and I just appreciate that aspect. We have raisins. This is our church snack that we use for the little ones because they will just sit quietly in church and eat the raisins. So we got a box of those. This is actually for making tinctures with. So I make my own tinctures, and went through my last bottle, and I have things lined up waiting to be put into that for, you know, 4 to 6 weeks. I've got 1 avocado oil. Actually, last month, I never recorded my Azure Standard order for you guys from last month. I did get their avocado oil, and I liked it, but then I forgot to reorder it, and so I just picked one of these up from Costco. We mostly use lard or homemade butter. The only thing I really use avocado oil for is making mayonnaise, because I just haven't found anything else that works for it like the avocado oil does. These are a few treats that we got. These dark chocolate hearts were on instant rebate, and so we couldn't resist those. I mostly stay away from stuff like this because if I fill my pantry with this kind of food, we just eat it up real fast. So what we'll do is once in a while, we'll just pick up a treat throughout the month from somewhere like Aldi's. That way we can just buy a small something if we want a treat that's not in our baked goods. And then, you know, that's it, rather than just keep it in the pantry. I don't know about you, but I just don't want to think about it all the time. This is the other treat that we got. Jason, I really like. Everybody likes them, actually. They are the dark chocolate peanut butter cups, and they use. I'm trying to think what it was here. They have maple sugar, so sugar is lower down on the list. Anyway, they're really, really tasty. It's hard to stop eating them. Another one of those treats that, just love it. Okay, I've got 2 packs of peanut butter. I also ordered, we've been completely out of peanut butter. I tried making my own, but we weren't thrilled with it because I had bought some raw Spanish peanuts and nobody liked the flavor. So for now I have 2 packs of this. And then I'm also I had forgotten that I ordered because this was still on my list, and I'd forgotten that I ordered the big bucket of peanut butter from Azure Standard. Never tried it before, so we're gonna have a lot of peanut butter on hand, which is fine. I needed to stock up, but I'm curious to see how it tastes. This is kind of what the kids are used to, this Kirkland brand, so I'm curious. We'll give you a little update once we've compared the two. Because I had a 1-week gap in between my Costco order and my Azure Standard pickup, there are some things that we got just to hold us over until that order comes, and honey is one of them. So honey is primarily what we use in herbal tea and in baking. We go through a lot of this. We don't use sugar very often. And so I have I think it's 12-pound big honey coming on that order, but we went ahead and picked up one of each of these. I had some helpers helping me out when we were picking up Costco, picking up the items yesterday, and they just got one of each. So there it is. I know I keep saying this, but we have a 5-gallon bucket of maple syrup coming from New York that is at our friend's house right now because their mom picked it up for us when she came out to visit, and we still have not connected with them to get that. So one of these days we're going to be getting our good maple syrup, and that will supplement this honey. I've got one of these everything bagel seasonings. It'll take us a lifetime to go through this. At least it did with the last one. Not a lifetime, but honestly a year probably. 2 of these tunas. So this is I will use for making tuna cakes. I already have 1 or 2 in my pantry, but we needed 2 more. I like this one because it's mercury free. Now these collagen peptides were on instant rebate, and these are so great for getting extra protein if you know that you haven't gotten enough protein that day. I know just for me especially, and for several of the others, protein is a big one. So this, I even put a spoonful in my coffee. Of course, we use our fantastic Shepherd's Crook coffee, and if you have not tried it, you need to run to their website and try it, and use our code Kreke25 for 25% off. It is the best coffee, and it's the only coffee that I can drink without feeling sick. So that's why I recommend it so much. Got 1 box of diced tomatoes. I also have a lot of tomatoes still in the freezer that need to be made into sauce. Oh, they're just sitting there taunting me every time I open the freezer. I've got 2 of these packs of deli meat. I use these, which you will see on the menu on Friday. I use these for a hearty snack. We just kind of create roll-ups with a little bit of cheese, which I have in the refrigerator, and I'm getting more from Azure. They are a quick protein snack in the afternoon because on Friday nights our kids go to a gym with friends and expend a lot of energy. So this is like a really fast protein snack before they go there. Eggs. Oh, is this the sore spot for all of you? What is your egg situation like? I'm sure it's probably the case for most of you that eggs are like a sore subject right now. Personally, we had a lot of loss last year. We're going way back here. Last year, when we raised chicks, because we like to raise 100 chicks for ourselves for layers, and then also we let them lay until, I don't know, maybe 18 months, and then they're molting, and then they become meat chickens. So we've got this whole cycle going. But last year, we just had a lot of just strange things happen, and we had a lot of chick loss. We had some crazy weather that came through, and we lost a lot of chicks because they were out on pasture when we've got this like wild, unexpected weather. It was like rain, hail kind of stuff. Lost a lot that way. Unfortunately, we lost 1 batch from overheating, and there was another thing. We lost a lot. So all that to say that our chicken count right now is very low. And those chickens, because it's winter and the timing was just right for them molting, we're just really not getting eggs right now. And so we're having to buy eggs at the worst time to buy eggs because egg prices are crazy. At our little local grocery store, it was $7 a dozen. For just like cheap, nothing fancy eggs. Now we did manage to get these for 8 something a piece. This is a dozen and a half at Costco, but there was a limit of 3. So anyway, Jason and I got up to the checkout. I saw a limit of 3, so I got 3 of these organic eggs and then 3 of the other kind, because for a family of 13, these eggs are gonna fly. And the guy checking us out said, no, I'm sorry, it's a limit of 3 of any type of eggs in the store. So you can't get this many eggs. And we were both like, what? What are we gonna do? So Anyway, Jason, of course, he's not like me. I'd just be like, okay. He said, come on, we have 11 kids. Can we please get 2 different kinds, 3 each? He talked to the manager, etc. They let us check out separately. So we each got 3 packs of eggs. So there's my egg story. We were getting duck eggs from a neighbor, but her ducks have slowed down too. So just overall, I'm needing to reassess and not do so many eggs for breakfast because I'm in a habit of just making a lot of eggs. You know, they're easy, they're a good protein. Yeah, we've got to change that. I've got 2 of these big bags of Normandy vegetables. I do have some green beans and things still in jars that I canned over the summer, but that's just nice for a change. The other crazy item we got is an entire case of these RX bars. So these were on instant rebate. I think they were $4 off a box. Now, I do like to actually soak and dehydrate our nuts for personal consumption because they're easier to digest. But sometimes you have to cut corners, folks, and this is my corner cutting. After church, once we're done with church and fellowshipping and on our way home, everybody is just too hungry. And so I keep these boxes in our bus. We have a bus there. I keep these boxes in the bus because they are a really quick pick-me-up for moments like that, when we are gone on the road and I just need something quick. So it was a good deal, couldn't pass it up. Obviously, we've already eaten 1 box, which brings me to the next thing I need to tell you. In addition to what you see pictured here, there are a few items that we purchased that are not here on the table. We did buy some dog food, and we bought 1 pair of dress pants for Jason. They had $20 for men's dress pants. And we bought 3 boxes of frozen pizza and a salad mix, which we had that night for dinner after we got back. And the last thing was 1 container of Aussie Bites, which we ate the next morning because when we went to Costco, we had a busy evening and next day. So this stuff has actually been sitting on my table for 2 days in the way, which is why I said I am doing this video for you right now. My Azure Standard order this month, it's been a few days now since I got it, and a lot of the containers have already been opened or this guy has torn into them. So that's what you're going to see. Anyway, I've got a hard white wheat this month, and I also got there's a few big bags outside that I didn't bother to bring in. It's our alfalfa for our dairy cow, organic alfalfa, and the Redmond potassium, I think it was, salt. And those are still outside. Okay, here is our honey. This is how we got the honey this month. It's a 12-pound container of honey, and it has already been poured into jars, the most of it. So this is what's left, and I divide it all into quart jars. So that's what happens. Okay. Over here, this is the peanut butter I was telling you guys about. It is, I think, a 9-pound tub of peanut butter. And we did break into it, and it's tasty. I got the creamy. There's several different kinds to choose from. I liked it. Did you guys like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thought it was good. This was our big treat from Azure this month. It's these peanut butter chips. They are so good, you guys. We got the 5-pound bag. We had tried a little bag last month and then got the 5-pound bag. You use them just like you would chocolate chips in any baked goods. I also have a few pinto beans. I'm making less beans this month, or in general, not this month, but just in general. It just seems like the family's just craving meat. So we're eating a lot more meat from our animals that we raise here on the farm. But I did get those. Got a little bag of white rice flour. I really just use this for rolling out my sourdough after it ferments because I don't want to use flour that hasn't been fermented. I have one child who's sensitive to that. It also works really well. Like if you're rolling pasta, because this has no gluten, it works so well to roll it out before you put it in your pasta roller. It just doesn't stick. And same thing, I flour my bannetons with it before I bake bread. This works better than a wheat flour. This is the cocoa powder that they had, and I wanted to try it and see how it is in light of the whole, out of cacao powder. And it is extremely rich. We're used to this raw cacao powder. It's been a long time since I used cocoa powder. I tried to use it in the same amount of my hot chocolate recipe, and the kids were like, whoa, that's intense. So, I don't know. I'll probably just stick with the raw cacao powder. Okay, I grabbed this little bit of gluten-free all-purpose flour mix. They don't have it at Costco anymore. They only have one that it has enriched vitamins in it. And I do not like feeding my kids the enriched artificial vitamins. For anybody with MTHFR, it's a bad idea. Anyway, this is small, you guys, but I just wanted to try it out and see if we even like it. Every once in a while, I want to bake something on the spot that I didn't ferment as a sourdough item, or just fermented grains. And so I thought that could come in handy. I got this bag of chives, and we've already broken into it to use it. You can see it's kind of taped shut while I waited to show you guys on this video. Also, they were out of the larger size of this Redmond Real Salt, and so I bought 3 of the small bags. I used pink Himalayan salt for the longest time, and we've been trying to switch over to Redmond, and I still haven't found my groove with the quantity to buy for the best price, so I'm still figuring that out. This will hold me over in the meantime. Baking powder, they have aluminum-free baking powder, so super important. My kids are starting to wake up, so it might get noisy here. Got 2 bags of Sucanat. One has already been dumped into the jar in the pantry. They were out of coconut sugar. I wanted to get that, but this is what I got instead. Got some more lemon balm leaf. We went through all of the lemon balm that I had harvested from my plant, which is small. It was a first-year plant, so love this for tea in the morning. This mixed with peppermint is really good. Molasses is actually for the animals. They were out of the gallon size that we normally get, but just got this to have on hand. If you have animals like cows, pigs, whatever, that give birth, right after baby's born, we give them molasses in warm water to just boost their bodies, the mamas, to give them a boost. And our dairy cows, they'll eat a cup or drink a cup of this in a 5-gallon bucket of warm water, and they'll do it twice. It's amazing. So I like to always have that on hand. Vanilla, got some vanilla and cayenne pepper. This will probably last me a year or 2. Over here, we have some frozen sweet corn and strawberries. And then we tried something new this time to have a quick item on hand. I tried these Ezekiel. This one actually goes in this box, and a pencil and a fork do not come with them, in case you're wondering. These are the Ezekiel sprouted grain English muffins. Now, my kids are used to sourdough, so they were like, about them. But they were great for a pinch. We had them for breakfast yesterday morning with eggs on top, and they were really good. I also grabbed one of the gluten-free kind because, like I said, I have one child who is really sensitive that if something's not fermented. So even though these say flourless and sprouted, if you look at the ingredients list, it actually has, there it is, wheat gluten. It has wheat gluten, which is not sprouted. And that would be a no for her with her sensitive stomach. So I got a box of these. We do not love them. The flavor is just, I don't know. It's going to take us a long time to get through this box. But you got to try things to learn. I bought 2 of this one, by the way. 2 of these boxes. Last but not least, the last thing I want to show you is our selection of Shepherd's Crook coffee. Greg and Laura make the best coffee. They micro batch roast it. It's like you order and they roast to you. They air roast, so it's very low in acidity. And it's organic. What's the matter? It is so amazing. And I'm able to drink it without... Okay, buddy, just a second. I'm able to drink it without a problem, and I need a cup right this second. But anyway, Colombia. Peru. Oh my goodness. We're going to have a taste testing contest this morning. Maybe not, but that would be fun. Homestead Blend. This is the one I drank all last month. So good. Leo likes to make lattes with the espresso blend. And their Shepherd's Blend, which is fantastic. Okay, so my question is, for those of you who have tried Shepherd's Crook, Mommy! Which one do you like the best? Which one? Which one should I drink this morning? What do you think? He doesn't know. Oh, I'm excited. We're going to go make a cup right now. I almost forgot to show you our meal plan. This is just kind of a rough idea. I don't follow it perfectly, but it gives me an understanding of what to do with the groceries that I buy and the things that I have on hand. So you can see this is our brunch. We actually, here at our house, we do brunch instead of breakfast, lunch. When my little ones wake up early in the morning, I will give them a snack of some fruit or something like that. But then I make a big brunch for all the kids, and then we have a snack in the afternoons, and that works out much better than me trying to do breakfast and lunch with all the homeschooling and the farm stuff and everything else that I have to do every day. This is dinner, and then these are notes that if I want to follow this perfectly the next day, here are some things that need to be done. And so that kind of gives you an idea of that. Then at the bottom, I have just some ideas for things that I can do over the weekend for weekend prep to give me a head start on the week ahead.